Actually, at the end of February. And welcome to the Make Art Studio. And I'm coming in as the Brooklyn planner. As I said, I have been doing a lot more planning than Bible journaling on this YouTube channel for a bit now, but I promise you, I will show you what I've been doing with my Bible journaling. But right now, we're just going to be in our planning era, okay? So, welcome. I am Roxanne, and it's such a pleasure to be here. I have this new kit for you, and I don't want to say it's a kit for March, even though March is like tomorrow, the 1st, but it is a kit that you can use in March. As you know, we had this one before, this beautiful one that I had, which was, oh my goodness, I loved this so much. And I used this for February, and I'll do a flip through and show you how I used the entire kit. But now I have a new kit, and I want to show you guys what inspired me to create this new kit. Give me a second. I got this mailer in the mail for this museum, and I was like, oh, this is so inspirational, just the font and the way that it was created. I thought this is so very New York, and this is what inspired me to create this kit. So let's get through it. It's a big kit as usual because I am using a daily planner by the Printable planner. So I need art for every day. Okay. So I made it big and I kept making it. So let's first start with the dolls. Okay. I've been doing something really special for my mature ladies, which have been making these dolls for them that represent them as best as I can. This particular doll set is a little different than this one, obviously, right? The different art. These are mature ladies who are about that life, okay? They are about the town, they go out. So if you are a mature lady and you just like to dress up and go out and, you got grandkids, but you're like, call me when I get back from vacation, this is you, okay? I try to make her a little bit nerdy. I try to make her very professional, very much like the woman who would go to the museum in Manhattan. You don't have to be this lady all the time, but every now and then you want to dress up. So here they are. You can see they all have this beautiful silver here. And the reason why it is printed double-sided is because I want to save the paper, okay? Obviously, when you print this, you're going to print it single-sided on clear sticker paper. This is what I do. Clear sticker paper or matte, whatever you want to do. The fun thing about it is if you have a Cricut, you can totally use your Cricut to cut this out. I have also done that. So this is here. This is our ladies. I think I will put some more older ladies in this group. This is about what I have. And then we have the scenes. So the scenes, I love creating the scenes. You can tell. It looks so much like the museum. Now, I live 2 blocks away from the Brooklyn Museum and the Botanical Gardens, and I get to see this sort of architecture all the time, and I've always wanted to make a kit around it. This is not it. I'm going to, add some more as maybe summer comes. I'm going to make a real good Botanical Garden sort of Brooklynish kit, but this is kind of like a sneak peek as to what you're going to get. And here, there's so many benches around me. This reminds me so much of the city, New York City. And I wanted to make it really New York-y, Maybe one day I'll do a different city like Paris or Tokyo or something. I think that would be so cool. Here again, we have the city again. And this is literally how the city looks like with the flags. It represents different color things in the summer and the spring. This is kind of like what they do to make it look so pretty. And I wanted these ladies to just be about that life, going out on the town, shopping, going to the museum, going to the gardens, going for brunch and dinner. And so we have it here again. Just love it. Oh, look at the staircase. I loved it so much. Okay, let me see if I can put this down so you can see it. And of course, I always give you these small rectangles, so you can use it in your planner. you know, you don't have these big scenes, you can also use these small ones. Obviously, these you can shrink down to size. You know, you can print them on clear sticker paper, which is a lot, or you can just print them like this, cut them out, and then stick them on your page. There are different ways that you can use this. You can collage it however you want to. I'm so curious to see how you use it. My friend Karen uses it so beautifully. I'm always impressed by what she does. So these are our mature ladies. And of course, here are our younger ladies. And yes, there are a lot more younger ladies than there are mature ladies. And I feel bad about that. I should have made more mature ladies, but I made more single, well, not single, younger ladies. So here they are. Very New Yorky. And you can tell already, it is a very diverse collection with Asians and Black and white and Latino and Indians, North Asians, South Asians. I try to make sure that everyone is represented in my kit. Nobody's left out. I am not a seller that's just only going to sell African American dolls or white dolls. I want to make sure everyone is represented. So that's kind of like, and even try to get some red hair girls in here, for example, right here. And different styles, you know. So this is it right here. Hi. This is it here again. Oops, I think. What did I do here? Yep. Well, this girl has dreads, curls, different styles. You can see. This here is so very New York. I can't even tell you. Like, I have this hat and I have this coat, and this is just such a New York look. Look at the boots. I mean, come on, seriously, you know? And again, these girls are about the town, about brunch, you know, standing by a window overlooking the city. Here we have it again, more scenes for you. And here we have our scenes for you. So we have cafe, museums. Again, a very diverse kit with North Asians, South Asians, Black, white, Latinos. Everyone I can think of is in this kit. Friendships. Everyone I can think of is in this kit, as you can tell. So I love these squares because you can write in them if you wanted to, you know, whatever you want to. And I wanted it to be blank, not because, well, she's a museum looking at things. I felt probably you want to write things in there. I thought this is so cute. And this was supposed to be like a subway, but hey, it is. And just so you know, like fancy girls don't necessarily sit in the subway per se, but sometimes we do. Sometimes we do. Oh, I loved this so much. I loved this. I loved this. I love her shoes. Love it. I mean, seriously, absolutely adore. I remember just waiting for a taxi right here, Central Park. So this is our kit. We have our young ladies and we have our older ladies. And the color scheme, as you can tell, is yellow and blue and red, just really primary bold colors for this kit. I know you're thinking, oh, it's not really spring, it's not really Marchy. No, I do little things different. I do things a little different, okay? It's popping out. We are popping out the color here. And when April comes, we will maybe get a little bit hippie again. So the rest of the kit, this is it here, or at least the rest of part of the kit. The kits it's in two parts. This part, and then there's another surprise part that I'll show you a sneak peek, but I have to make another video for it because it really deserves its own video. And I'll show you when I'm done with this. So, of course, you know, I'm faith-based, so I made these little faith quotes for you, scriptures. So we have here Psalm 37:4, Psalm 46:11, and it all really ties into the theme and look of this kit. So you can use this size, or you can shrink it down small as you want to. And I'll kind of give you guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate what you say about the sunshine. Yes. I wanted a little pop because it's been so gloomy and nasty in New York. And the this kit was already really springy, so I didn't want to continue on this trend. In April, which is my birthday month, we celebrate cherry blossoms, and I always want to make sure that anything I do anywhere around and planning has cherry blossoms. So I want to save the cherry blossoms and all that stuff for April. So that's a sneak peek of what you're going to get. Lots of cherry blossoms. And so I'm still looking for inspiration for that. And I'm going to go to the park today and walk around and see what I can see to be inspired for April's kit. Not yet inspired. But as I said, I was inspired by this mailer that came in the mail for this kit. Which just alone was like, I want to do something that looks like this. So, okay. So we have this, and now we have something like washi. Try to make this kind of like a washi thing that you can cut out and put. These are buildings, represent brownstones and stuff that I see every day, you know. Again, flowers in the farmer's market. You go to the farmer's market in Brooklyn, this is what you're going to see. I'm actually going to the farmer's market in a couple of minutes after I do this video. And this is basically what you see selling in a farmer's market. So this is in any farmer's market, all right? It doesn't have to be in New York City. But I wanted something to remind me of home where I live. So this is it here. Oops, supposed to turn over. Okay. And again, something that looks like washi or just little elements that you can use in your planner. I really loved these. Really loved this so much. Okay, and again with the theme, we have perfume and flowers. And I wanted to put some lemons in there. I find lemons are so refreshing, and it's going to bring in the season, you know. So definitely some cologne, because some perfume, because, you know, our ladies have to smell really nice when they go out. It all matches, as you can tell. And we cannot have these fabulous ladies without some gear, of course. So I have some bags and some tickets and all of that good stuff. And I made sure that you would have it also in a smaller version of it if you wanted to. You know, some washi bags, same tickets, clothing. And you can cut these out really easy on your Cricut. Run through your Cricut, you can cut it out. And you can layer with this. I think these are so really cool. I'll show you guys how I use this. I always say I will, and then I just get into planning and getting to using my planner, and then I don't show. But I'm going to try to. I'm like so ahead right now, meaning I'm a day ahead of the using it, which I think is so good. Usually I'm like running late. Praise the Lord. God is so good. And so here we have the bigger set. Now, again, the kit is not sold as a whole kit just to save on expenses. You can buy whatever part of the kit that you want to, right? They're sold in sections. So it's just easier that way for you guys. I wanted to make sure that you have the opportunity to get one or two things if you wanted to, or if not. And of course, if you find something that you're like, oh, I wish she had this in her kit, can you please let me know and I'll see what I can do for you. That's how I was able to create these older ladies, because someone messaged me and said, hey, can you perhaps create something that looks a little bit more like me? And I was like, sure. And I didn't really know. And I think in my older video, I was like, I don't know what older ladies do. And it was a big hit. They all love it. And I'm so, so, so blessed that you guys do love it. So it's just, you know, I know in New York, older ladies, they love to go to the museum. They love to go swimming in the Y. So probably, I don't know. And a lot of my friends, they love to do cruises. So I promise you, we will have a cruise kit. I promise you, we will have a cruise kit. Promise, promise. I just got to get inspired for that. And I have no idea because I don't do cruises. I think it's so weird. But anyway, so we have some frames here that are large. But if you wanted to print it out smaller, guess what? They look really, really good in your weekly planner because they become so small, and I'll show you guys. And of course, you know, I have to have these bubbles so you can write on, and they match. They match the colors. Tried my best for them to match the colors so you can write on them. Okay, wait, we can't just do that. Let's just make sure. Turn over, there we go. And some frames again here. I love these so much. Layer, you can layer all your heart away. Layer, 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 all of these. Easy to cut on your Cricut. All of this, easy to cut on your Cricut. And something new that I have been doing is, oops, before we go here, flowers. So we got this big set of flowers. I don't know if I put this up in the shop yet. Probably did not, and I probably should because I did not see it. But I will today if I didn't. So we have these big flowers and we have these small flowers. And yeah, you can just cut them out and put them all over. I like to call these space fillers, you know, when you have like writings everywhere and you need like a little flower somewhere. I like to call it space fillers. So there is a couple of things that I am missing from this kit, which is the washi. And I'm so really upset that I'm missing the washi. But you know what? Oh, am I missing the washi? Let me look. Hold on one second. I am missing the washi that I created for this kit. But you know what I will do? I will show you guys in the other kit, which this is a sneak peek of it. So stay tuned and I'd print out the washi. But let me show you a little bit of what it looks like here because I already had cut them out to put in my book. So this is what it looks like, some of the washi. It's like a whole page with all this beautiful washi. And I didn't print it out to show you in this kit. But all of it works together. So when you see the other kit, you will see that too. So lastly, in this video, I want to show you this. So I have been making these really big scenes and using them just as a space to write on. And I really love them and I want to share it with you. And basically I print on here, print it out, and you just write all around whatever. It's like a journaling page, but with a lot of art on it. I really do love it. And I wanted to share it with you. And so this is also available. You don't have to get this, but I'll show you how I have been using them or how I will use this. And so here's the kit. And let me show you a little bit of how I set it up so far. So this is March, and you can tell already that I set up the girl here, put her on this page, and I'm going to write my little prayer here. Well, not my prayer, but my intentions, I don't know what. And then I am going to write a prayer here. Now, these pages are going to be for my circles, my circle doggies, which I will show you, but not right now because that's for the other video. But let me go back here in January and show you kind of like how the circles work. So these are the circles here, and these are like intentions and stuff, or a review of the month that I did. Right, so I'm just going to do this again in case you want to know where this is. This is in my shop, these review questions, and you can use them every single month, which I plan on doing. It's just so much easier than at the end of the year looking back at 365 days and being like, well, what was the best thing that happened? I mean, I don't know. I don't remember. So at least doing this every month, at least trying to do it every month, you know, I will have kind of running idea for what was working, you know, and the review questions are really great. You don't have to use all of them. And I will go through them again. But so that's for here. And I don't want to show you this yet because, so see, this is basically the first week. Let me see if this is the first week. Let me make sure. I don't want to show you that yet. This is the first week, and you can see how I laid it out using the kit, right? I shrunk these down small so they can fit in, right? So half the size. So now I have two. You can tell right there, I put the books that I'm reading and all that good stuff. And let me see what else we got here. I have not used this yet. I'm going to. I have not used this yet. I'm going to. Some things, because this is also a daily planner, I got to keep some stuff, you know. It becomes a lot of pages to decorate after a while, and like sometimes I run out of art. How many doll kits do you have available in this series on Etsy? So in this series, I have 2 doll kits, one that is older ladies and one that is younger ladies. So the older ladies don't have a lot of dolls in there. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can show you again. But the younger ladies have more. So I have been thinking of creating some more older ladies, mature ladies. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12, which is so unfair, isn't it? 12. So I think I should make probably 12 more to make it like 24, make just maybe 30, right? One a day. I'll try to do that and put it out there. It's just thinking of like, what they should be doing, I think, that's the thing. But I definitely would make more. And so that's the older ladies. And then for the younger ladies, there are lots of them. There are lots of them. There's a lot of them. So we have 2, 3, at least 5 on a page, at least. And of course, the way how I laid it out this time was that you have a big one and a small one. So you can just cut out the small one if you wanted, or the big one. I feel like having a small girl is really good for like if you were using just this only. But you guys going to tell me what you think, because at first I would only have all the big on one page and then all the small on another page. Oops. That tells me that I needed to be like not on this video. But anyway, I'm always trying to think of what's the best format. So I was looking around at my other friends who sell dolls on Etsy, and they have it formatted like this, where there's a big girl and a small girl. I don't know, because sometimes someone only wants to get only small girls, and then they have to like get the big girls, or you want to have big girls only. So tell me what you think works. If I should just have a page with only big and then a page with only small, if that works better, I don't know. I think so far, who knows? But there's a lot of these girls here for you, and different races. As I said, I've been trying to. So this is all kind of, I didn't plan on this, but it just happened. It just happened this way because of the way how the colors are. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. So this is the blue layout. Okay. So this is the first week. And then this is the second week. It just so happened that I have all of these colors available, so I can do this with. And then this is the third week. How fun is that? And then the fourth week. Okay, so you can tell I already used a lot of the artwork and stuff. So let's go to I want to show you this yet. Okay. So I was telling you about the washi. This is the washi here. And basically this is how I set it up. I know you're wondering, what is this dog doing here? Oh my gosh. I will show you that in another video. Like I promise you. I love dogs so much, and I am telling you, I am going to make dogs all the time because I want to get a dog, and I feel like if I just make art dogs, I'm going to get a real one, okay? But I love this one because I saw this man walking this dog, and I was like, oh, this dog is like the beautiful dog, and I'll show you guys. So this is what I did so far in setting it up, and you can tell you're going to ask me, what is this and what is this? I'll show you what this is. But this is the washi here. I did not show you guys. Hold on a second. I didn't show you guys what this is about. Promise I'll show you. So far, this is kind of like what I've set up for this page. And I know you think it's a lot of art. So I'm up to the 7th. Am I up to the 7th? Yeah, I'm up to the 7th with most of it. I know you think it's a lot of art, but trust me when I say to you, it ain't. Because look at this. This is what I did for February. Okay. So see, it's just, you always just need more art. You always just need more art. But I'm not supposed to do this flip through right now. Some purple, maybe some purple and blue doll. A purple and a blue doll. You mean wearing purple? Wearing a purple outfit, you mean? Is that what you mean? Purple. Do I have purple in here? I got to look at the color scheme and see if there's purple. I don't think that there's purple in here. But I know there's blue. And I want to save this. I know this kind of looks like purple. It's actually blue. But I promise you I'll do the purple. I know I have my purple, folks. But I really want to do purple when I'm doing like a lavender and stuff like that, you know. And I promise you, I will get your purple for you. I promise. I promise you, I'll get your purple things. Promise. Promise. So this is it. And if you have any questions, considerations, criticism, I love the criticism. Trust me, I'm not one of those who's like, oh, don't say a bad thing. I feel like criticism works because it helps you grow and tells you what you're not doing right. Okay? But be nice, okay? Be nice. So comments, ideas, suggestions, please let me know. And I am always here to be better, to make it better for you guys, to just, make it all fun and just help us all just do better. I think if we all use stickers, the world would have peace. Stickers and Jesus, I swear to you. So anyway, stay tuned because in a couple minutes, give me about 10 minutes, I'm going to show you this. Okay? So stay tuned. Bye.